We've covered what autophagy is, part 1 of 3, and how it's activated by both exercise and fasting, part 2 of 3. Today, we're answering another question. Which one should you choose as your primary tool? Here's the choice you're facing. You can wait 72 hours without food, or you can spend 1 hour moving your body. Both trigger the same level of autophagy. Which one makes the most sense? All things being equal, the answer is obvious. Exercise. Not because fasting doesn't work. It absolutely does. Exercise, however, is the most efficient, accessible, and powerful lever you have for activating your body's cellular cleanup crew. Let's explore the reasons why. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Self-Control from Fitness to Flourishing. A single 60-minute bout of moderate aerobic exercise triggers the same level of autophagy as a 72-hour fast. That's a massive difference in time commitment. An afternoon workout or 3 days without food. When it comes to cellular recycling, exercise is fasting on fast forward. But here's what makes this even more compelling. Fit individuals, that is, those with high cardiovascular capacity, or VO2 max, reach the same autophagy levels in just 12 hours of fasting that take sedentary people 36 hours to achieve. Regular exercise doesn't just trigger autophagy, it upgrades your baseline machinery for it. Your cells become better at cleaning and recycling themselves. Fasting requires a specific condition, the absence of nutrients. Exercise requires only one thing, movement. You can exercise after breakfast. You can exercise after lunch. You can receive a glucose infusion during your workout, and your autophagy response won't diminish. The independence from nutrient status makes exercise the always available option. You don't need to plan around it. You don't need to prepare for it. You just do it. Here's where it gets nuanced. High-intensity exercise, whether vigorous endurance work or high-intensity interval training, triggers a more robust and immediate autophagy response than low to moderate intensity exercise. A single bout of high-intensity work causes greater cellular stress, which means faster and more significant activation of your cleanup machinery in as little as 30 minutes if the intensity is high enough. But keep this in mind. Low to moderate intensity exercise still works. A single session might not reach the threshold for dramatic acute autophagy markers, but consistent, long-term, moderate training promotes lasting adaptive responses in your baseline autophagy activity. This is particularly true for your heart and other specific muscle types. The practical takeaway? High-intensity work gives you the fastest results. Consistent, moderate intensity training builds sustainable, long-term cellular health. The most comprehensive approach incorporates both. You don't need to choose between them. Making use of both in your practice is ideal. Exercise creates autophagy where you need it most, in the muscles you're working. But a single squat activates over 200 muscles simultaneously. Your contracting muscles release myokines into your bloodstream, signaling distant organs like your liver, pancreas, and brain to engage in their own cellular cleanup. What starts as a local effect becomes a body-wide event. Fasting is primarily a breakdown state. Your body breaks down damaged proteins for energy and recycling. Exercise does something fasting cannot. It triggers breakdown first, but then follows with growth and repair signals through mTOR activation. Putting it simply, mTOR is the body's master growth switch. The body clears out the junk and signals your muscles to grow stronger and more resilient. This doesn't mean you should ignore fasting as an option. Fasting provides a deep brain cleaning and metabolic reset that exercise alone cannot match. But here's the key. A body conditioned by regular exercise gets more from any fasting you may choose to do. Your upgraded autophagy machinery works harder and faster. The most powerful approach isn't choosing one or the other. It's using exercise as your foundation and fasting as your amplifier. Over these 3 episodes, we've explored autophagy from the ground up. You now understand what it is, how it works, and the 2 primary ways to activate it. The final piece is this. Your body's cellular cleanup crew is always ready to work, and exercise is the most practical way to put it to work at will. Start with exercise. Build consistency. Make exercise at whatever level makes sense for you a daily habit. Then, when you're ready, and with the caveat you always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider before making any dietary changes, you can layer in strategic fasting to deepen the effect. The choice, as always, is yours. That's it for today. Catch you next time.